Hi, everybody. Nancy A. here from Professional Movement Solutions. Welcome to members of the Living Well Academy. Today, I want to show you a stretch for the front of your hips, your hip flexors, if you will. They act to bring this leg up forward in front of you, right? They also attach, these muscles attach at your spine, so they can affect your low back as well as your hip. Hip flexors, it's a group called the iliopsoas muscle group. There's 3 muscles that comprise that. Won't get into those details now, but I do want to show you a stretch today on the mat actually to help you improve your flexibility here in this area. It's so important for comfort, but it's so important to walk properly, to have this type of range of motion here at your hip so that you can stride naturally as you walk. Okay, so quite important. I'm holding a belt here. We can use a belt that's not stretchy, ideally, but we can also use our hands. So I'm actually going to show you that way first, and then I'll show you a way to do it with the belt, and you can choose whichever works best for you. So we'll get down on the mat here, and we're going to get down here on our bellies. And like I said, I'm going to show it to you with my hand here first. So as we lay flat, okay, what we're trying to do is where the trunk meets the hip, try to keep that down on the mat as best you can while you bend your knee and hold at the foot, okay? You may or may not feel the stretch here at the hip. You may feel it in the front of the thigh as that is going to stretch as well. But the idea being, again, is getting the front of this hip down on the mat and just holding it there and just holding it there. That's where you should feel the stretch, at the front of the hip, okay? If you feel it adversely at any of your joints, including your low back, I suggest you stop. But this is how you can get at this muscle. Now, the other component too is kind of lifting this thigh a little bit. If you have that kind of flexibility, as we age, typically we do not. But as long as you feel the stretch in the front of your hip, you know you're getting at the right area, right? So this is a way you can do it. If you have the flexibility to grasp your foot, you can do it in this manner, okay? And then you'd simply release it gently, okay? If you were to use this belt, so I have a belt with a loop at the end, and that is ideal because what I'm going to do, I'm going to stretch my other leg, right? My right leg. What we're going to do is we're going to have this loop around our ankle, okay? And then we're going to use our arms. We're going to use our arms by pulling this belt over the opposite shoulder. So as we come down, we can then grasp this belt. It's going over the opposite shoulder just to help with leg alignment, and you can adjust that belt to get it the belt more at your ankle. Right? Just making sure my mic works. And so now we can pull with this and engage that same stretch that we used our hands for in the other leg. So we're trying to keep the front of that hip down, right? And we want to really monitor where we're feeling it. Hopefully, what you're after is to feel it at the front of the hip and the front of the thigh. And it's gentle. All stretches gentle. You can work up to a 10, 20, even a 30-second hold here if you're able. Okay, again, any adverse reactions at your joints in terms of pain, please stop. Okay, and then you can just release that. Okay, so it can be a little cumbersome, it can be a little difficult in order to get this belt in place, but it is worth it. It is so worth it, because tightness, shortness at these muscles at the front of your hips can really play a role in walking and your ability to walk correctly. Okay, so this is a hip flexor stretch for the front of your hips. Stretches are best done at the end of an activity. Like if you do an exercise class or maybe go for a walk, stretching is best done afterwards when the muscles are warm. Okay. If you don't feel it in the right areas, don't fret. There may be another way to do it. This may not be the best way, but I just wanted to share this way with you because it can be very helpful for a lot of folks. So I hope this helps. Please let me know if you have any questions about it, and keep moving.